up for yourselves for coming out on a Friday. Or don't, like fuck you, I guess. Give it up for the two people who put this on, Harley and Trevor. They're trying everything. And give it up for Fretboard itself. We have to do it somewhere, right? Like, God bless them. All right. I'm going to start with a joke tonight that I've looked over the crowd. It seems like you all are pretty well versed in sports. Let's talk about sports, right? Yeah. The Chiefs are one game away from the Super Bowl, and this whole season, everybody's been having stupid opinions on Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift dating, and I have my own stupid opinion. I like that they're together. I like that they're dating because Travis Kelce's a professional athlete. So it makes me think there's very little chance that they'll make a duet together, right? Like she's done that before, and I think it's fucked up. Like it's like watching an apex predator eat or play with its food. It's not fair. It's like I hear that song that she did with John Mayer, and I just imagine a whale flinging a baby seal through the air. Just not fair. I watch a lot of documentaries. Anybody here do documentaries? Yeah. I really enjoy them. I watched this one about cobras, king cobras, a little while back. It wasn't very long, and it spent most of this time talking about how badass snakes are. How many people they could take down, and how big of an animal it could take down. And it spent a very small amount of time at the end talking about its reproduction because apparently king cobras are incels. Like it's very common in the king cobra community for a male to find a pregnant female and kill her. It's just very common. And as I'm watching this, I'm imagining that these cobras have like an 8chan that they're all going to. They're just all typing to each other like, I don't understand why these females won't mate with us. I obviously have the superior genes. I watched this documentary about child labor laws. And it was talking about how these kids didn't adapt well to being placed back in school. And it's like, no shit. Like, they're grizzled by that point. Like, could you imagine them, like, out at recess? There'd be a bunch of little ones running around like normal kids, and then a bunch of 11-year-olds just against a brick wall smoking cigarettes. Looking them all out there. When I was their age, I was in the mines. The other guy'd be like, yo, when I was their age, I saw one of my buddies lose his hands. You know what I learned that day? There's no use for an 8-year-old with no fucking hands. Well, a couple of my coworkers were having a talk recently, and they were joking around with another of our coworkers because he did not know that tampon sizes were made because of the size of the flow and not the size of the vagina. And I've done this joke 3 other different times. Every single time some guy has come up to me and been like, I also did not know that. But I forgive you for not knowing that because like the only thing that we have that's even semi-similar is condoms, right? And we don't have them in size because of flow. We're not buying magnums for huge loads. Like, that's not how it works. But those some of my coworkers a couple of years ago, one of them had a really big birthday, and to celebrate this, another one tried to fill her office with balloons, like head to toe, filled this office with balloons. And it's like a fun, lighthearted thing, unless you realize that this person that they did this to was deathly allergic to latex. They forgot, yeah, you could have just filled them with incel cobras instead. But instead did that. And I was like, yeah, good job, Numbnuts. Like, tell me next year we'll go in on a happy birthday beehive and finish her off. If you know anything about me, if you've seen me before, you might know I am the son of 2 pastors. Both my parents are pastors. No, don't do that. Okay, they're fine. My older brother, my only sibling, became a pastor. He's married to a woman, also a pastor. And I do this. So, as you might imagine, performance art, very big in the Jeffries family. That joke is not very big in the Jeffries family. They don't care for it. But having 2 parents as pastors has given me like a weird outlook on life, a weird outlook on different things. Like I have a jaded look on rainbows for existence because of the Bible. Because if you know the story of Noah, right, the Lord wiped out the whole earth except for Noah, his family, and their pets. And afterwards, he sent a rainbow to say, my bad, like, I'll never do that again. And so now we're supposed to think of rainbows as like this covenant from God that he's never going to wipe out everybody again. But now I just see it as like him going, you know, I could kill you all. Like, I've done it before, I can do it again. It's just a weird flex from him up there. But I grew up going to like after school programs and like vacation Bible schools as a kid. And I used to learn little kid songs at those events. Like they would teach us songs. A lot of them had hand signals to them. And some of them actually taught us real sign language, which was where I learned sign language for Jesus is to tap your palms, which is true. And I think that's fucked up. Like, I don't know. I think that's a very mocking way to say Jesus. There's nothing else we could have done. Like, I couldn't imagine this dude coming back and seeing a whole crowd of people excitedly going, like, I'd be like, dude, fuck you, I'm going back. Like, no. I don't know who makes ASL words. I think they're kind of messed up. I think that they would make JFK. All right, I've got a couple more jokes. Are y'all having fun tonight? Yeah. Give it up for yourselves again for coming out. I'm going to do a couple impressions. I don't do very many impressions, but I'm going to do a couple impressions tonight. One of them is a eugenicist ordering breakfast, right? I'll have eggs, whites only. All right. The next one, it's a little longer. It'll take a little bit longer, and there's a little bit of a story to it. So one of my best friends, his older brother is the one who introduced me to marijuana when I was a kid, and I'm a big fan of marijuana. But I remember the very first time that I was ever around it, I was a little too scared to try it, which is probably why I remember this. But as his older brother's sitting there and he's smoking with us, he's telling us about the summer he's just had staying with friends up in Washington. And he informs us that when he was up there, he ended up doing $10,000 of damage to one of his friends' houses. So naturally I was intrigued, and I wanted to know what happened. And this is my impression of him explaining what happened to the house. So I said, "What did you do?" And he goes, I flooded his toilet. Jeffries, thank you for coming.